Plan and profile sheet has to be done in two stages where we create the plan port first and then the profile port secondly. Make sure that you have all of your active symbology set properly for your name boundaries. Proceed to your create name boundary and we're going to go into our plan section. If you have an alternate scale to initially set your settings, that's helpful. If not, you'll have to put those values in manually. So we're going to go ahead and choose a 100 scale here. We're going to do 110 plan and profile sheet. So since we're going to 100 from 50, we'll double our length and our offsets. And I like to adjust the boundary chords to 5. We'll select our alignment. And I'm going to put in a station around 15 plus 0, 0. And with your create drawing on, you will select this 3 times. But to get the name in there, go ahead and put in that name before you do that third mouse click to actually place that. So I'm going to say 100 scale plan and profile and then plan port in uppercase for clarity. So we'll do that third accept. That puts us into our create drawing mode. And I've got that name in my clipboard, so I'm going to paste that into my view name and also my drawing and seed model names. Then we'll set our discipline to civil and purpose plan view. If you don't have an option there for purpose, you can type one in. We also want to pick our annotation grid. Make sure that our detail scale is set the same as the master annotation group scale. We'll select OK here. We want to drag over our name boundary handle and then go to our references. Actually, let's place our title block now. So we're going to place a plan and profile title block. As a cell, and then in our attachments, we're going to first turn off our custom line style scale because we don't want our line style scale twice. Then we're going to move our attachment to the proper location on our sheet. Once we move it, we can close our reference dialog and re-snap our corners. Now we're going to switch over to the drawing model for our plan. We want to open up our reference dialog, right click, go to presentation. You need to follow these steps exactly. We're going to turn off use view flags, select OK, right click presentation again. You want to turn it to settings from design model, select OK, close your references, and then you want to turn on your clip volume. Now we're going to switch over to our multi-model view, and this time we're going to work on the profile port. So back to our drawing production, place name boundary, our profile mode. Again, if you have a scale that is a multiple of where you're going, you can pick that and set it back to none. So we'll be 100, and this time we're going to be pulling from our plan group limits and pick your plan group. And we're doubling the size, so we're going to be 80 on our profile height. And you can make other adjustments here as well on your elevation, station, datum, spacing. You want to select your profile one time, put in your name then of your name boundary you wish to create, and then come back and give that another accept with your mouse click. Switch this over to profile mode. We're going to paste in our name for our profile boundaries, our drawing model, and our sheet model. Select your discipline and purpose again. Again, you can type in or select from. Want to set your annotation group. In this case, it's going to be profile grid. And this is a different step here. Make sure your detail scale is the same, but in your sheet model, we don't want to create a new sheet model. We want to go back to our plan sheet model here. So don't forget to make that change. Select OK. We're going to pull over our drawing boundary handle. Go back to our references. This time we're going to pick our profile reference. Again, turn off your custom line style rescaling. We're going to move that one from its corner to its location, proper location, which are pre-drawn on a construction class. We want to re-snap our corners for our profile name boundary, and then we'll close our reference dialog. Back to multi-model views. And just a couple things to point out, if you go back to your save views, you can rename these. If you misspelled something or wanted to change how they look and feel, you can rename them. That's what shows up in the drop-down list. And then on your name boundaries, you also have the ability, as shown in previous videos, to rename those name boundaries as well. Lastly, we want to clean out the annotation definitions and groups. Because this was a plan and a profile, we'll have two sets to clean out. So we'll delete our annotation definitions for our profiles and then for our plan view. And then we'll go to our groups and do the same thing. And these are in a subfolder, so I can just delete the subfolder. Should not be any annotation groups or definitions once you're done in your Sheet C definition DGN libs, nor should there be feature symbologies or feature definitions. When you're all done, save settings and compress the file.
If it's desired for the construction class to not be turned on when you open your sheet models or when you create your sheets, then you can go back to your sheet model and you can then toggle off your construction class. So we can turn off our constructions here and save settings for those changes, go back to the multi-model, and then save settings one last time. The only caution would be in your sheet model, if there is ever a situation where you need to move the reference, as we did earlier, so if you were to select this reference and move, you must turn on your construction class first, move your reference, resnap your corners, then turn your construction class back off. Do not forget that step because it will mess up your name boundary snaps and you will have to start over. So don't forget to turn on that construction class if you need to move your reference. And when you are done, don't forget to go back to the multi-model and leave that as your final location.